Today we're going to talk about scenes that you have to have, your must-haves. If you don't have a section in your notebook called scenes yet, make one. Keep in mind that the log line needs to go at the top, and that the log line is what you've narrowed down as the distilled form of what your novel is actually going to be about. So it's really important that you have that at the front of every single section. This week you'll be jotting down notes about the scenes you know, based on that log line, you're going to have in your novel. You're not writing yet, just jotting. Use a new page for each of these must-have scenes, because even though we're just crafting a sentence for each of them, later on you'll be filling in that page and needing the space. Clearly, if you're part of the 21st century and use a computer, this isn't a problem. But otherwise, if you're using a real notebook, just have one scene at the top of every page, and that way you have enough room to expand things out. You can write these must-have scenes in no particular order if they spill out of your head in a bleh. That's fine too, because we'll sort that stuff out as we go. The important thing is just to jot down what it is that you know already you're going to have, and you actually know already a lot of stuff. Say your novel is a thriller. What does that tell you? You know that you're going to need a scene where things are okay, with a capital O, but then start to fall apart. You know you're going to have some sort of ticking clock involved, a moment where your character realizes that something bad is coming, and it's coming at the speed of light unless that character can do something to change things. You'll probably need a scene where the bad guy is discovered. It could be a minor bad guy, not the bad guy calling the shots, or somebody completely innocent, or somebody involved that's bad, but not bad in this particular way. A random bad guy, fingering the wrong bad guy. So write that down. Just a little note, fingering the wrong bad guy. You'll have to have the, oh my God, this is even worse than I ever imagined moment. That's a scene all by itself. You'll have to have a moment when the good guy finally realizes who the bad guy is, the oh no, that's him, I never knew it was him moment. And you know you'll have to come face to face with the bad guy so that that powerful moment between good and evil will finally have a payoff. And a scene where your protagonist saves the world in some form. Or say it's a love story. There's the moment where they fall in love, the moment where they meet, the moment where things fall apart, and the moment where they get back together again. Just write that down. Or maybe it's a horror story. There's this is the world the main character lives in, and yes, he's in a certain degree of pain. The moment he realizes that something is seriously amiss. The one where he steps through some portal into a crazy new world. The one where that world turns and bites him. And the moment where he tries to right things, comes up with a new plan, actually does right things, but things go terribly, terribly wrong. Winding up with things being even weirder / scarier than they ever were to begin with. Or say it's a mystery, different than a thriller. There's going to be a dead body in there somewhere, usually at the front, or somebody dying badly, which will create the dead body that's usually toward the front. There's going to be somebody discovering the body, methodically putting the clues together, discovering the bad guy, and bringing in some sort of justice. We're just talking about the main must-have scenes for these different categories. And these examples are by no means, of course, all of the genres that are out there. So just jot down the scenes that you know, based on your log line, you're going to have in your novel. And I'll see you next week.